Hey everybody, Miss V here, and we are going to talk about MLA formatting today. So let's go. This is very exciting. Um, MLA formatting is super important in all of your English, history, sometimes science papers. Um, so let's go through how to set up the page so that it is following format. I'm in my drive. I'm going to click on new and I'm going to choose Google Docs. So a nice new Googly Doc will pop up for me that we can play around with. So the first thing that we're going to do is page numbers. So we are going to come up here to insert and we're going to come down here to page numbers. We want to make sure that we choose this one that has the number 1 and the number 2 in the upper right hand corner, because that's going to make sure that the page number shows up on every page, which is what we need. So let's click on that and you'll see over here a little number 1 has popped up. Now, here's what we need to do. We need to move the cursor in front of that number 1 and we need to type our last name. So, and then after you type your last name, just make sure that you hit the space key so that there's space between your name and the number. And this is going to pop up on every page. You never have to worry about it again. If you're going to print a paper, it's going to be really important that you hit the enter key here. Otherwise, it's going to get chopped off. The kids and I learned that the hard way. So let's just revert that. Now, as far as size and font go, everything needs to be the same. So we're going to use a size 12 font because that is what MLA rules ask of us. So let's just highlight that and come over here and increase that font size to 12. Now, as far as the kind of font, the rules have changed a little bit. It used to be that you could only use Times New Roman, but now the creators of MLA say that you can use any legible font. So this is going to be something that you're going to need to talk to your teachers about, but let me give you a few tips. Google has Arial as its default font. That one should be okay. It also has Times New Roman, but like Comic Sans, no, no. Impact, Lobster, no, 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 right? So make sure that you're checking in to see what font is acceptable. We're going to stick with Arial for our purposes today. Now, we put in our page numbers up here, and we're going to come back down to the body of the paper, and we're going to work on our left side heading. So this is where it's a big block of text that just has some information. The first line is your name. The second line is your teacher's name. I'm going to choose Preston as my teacher for today. Then we're going to add in the class. So let's say this is Culture of Film. And then we're going to do the date. Now, the date has to follow European fashion, which means that the number goes first, then the month, and then the year, and there's no commas anywhere in there. So we are on 9 November 2020, and that is our left side heading. Now, in college, some of your professors might ask you to put in an extra line here that says what the assignment is. That's okay. Just follow the directions of whatever is being asked of you. Once we've got this done, we're going to hit the enter key twice, and we're going to come over here to alignment. And we want to center a line because we are going to type in our title here. Now, the important thing to remember about the title is that it's normal. There's no bold print, there's no italics, there's no underlining, there's no quotation marks unless the title of a poem or song or movie or something is in the title. So just make sure that it's normal font, no fancy stuff. Now that we have done that, we want to hit the enter key and then go back to the left side. So we'll come back and hit the left align. Every paragraph needs to be indented. So you hit the tab key on the keyboard, make sure to indent each new paragraph. As I'm typing this, you'll notice that there's some gray text that pops up. Google has this really cool predictive typing, much like your iPhones and predictive texting, and you can accept the things that make sense for you. So I know that the rest of this word is paragraph. So in order for me to accept that little gray bit there, all I have to do is hit the tab key and it pops up. So let me just type that in really quickly to accept the predictive texting, or we'll put in gray, the predictive comma gray texting. Hit the tab key. It's actually really helpful when you are really kind of going and it kind of gets to know what it is that you're writing, and it's I've been finding it very helpful. So now when I go to um a new paragraph, I'm going to hit the tab key again. Um, oops, I don't know what that did. Make sure to double space everything. So in order to do that, what we are going to do is we're going to highlight all of the text. Um, the easiest way to do that on your keyboard is hit the Control and A key at the same time. Everything highlights. We first really need to change the size of the font, right? We changed the size of the font up here, so we need to change it down here. So let's just hit the plus sign to make that 12. And we're going to come over here to the line spacing icon. It's the three lines with the up and down arrow. And we're going to click on that. And we want to make sure that we choose double. There we go. Double, double, toil and trouble. All my little Shakespeare fans out there, maybe. But that's really it. As far as margins go, it's already all set. But if you wanted to double check, here, let me move myself a little bit. If you wanted to double check on the margins, you would go to File, Page Setup. Oops, I got myself in the way. And then everything should be 1 inch around, and that is what the default is. So you just click OK, and you're good with the margins. So this is really honestly the basic MLA formatting. I think people make it out to be a lot more complicated than it is. It's really not that bad. You just type away. The page numbers are going to pop up for you. You don't have to do another left side heading. And the next video that you'll get to see is the works cited and the in-text citations. And hopefully that will make things so much more clear for you. Hope this helps.